All right, today 2004 F250 6.0 liter Power Stroke diesel, crank no start. So we're going to try to figure out what we got going on here. I've got a good fickum chatter. Okay, oil pressure just came alive. You can hear the change of the tone. Let's see here. Don't think I was getting any fuel though. No, we don't have any smoke. So we're not getting any fuel. So we've got oil pressure on the low oil pressure side. So we're going to go ahead and hook a scanner up to it, see what we got. I got the scanner hooked up. There is no check engine light, but I swear some of these trucks you have to be dragging your engine down the road to get the light to come on. So let's see here. We're going to go to read codes. We just want to retrieve what is in there right now. And this might tell us without having to do live data on the engine. There it is, camshaft position sensor. Yep, that will definitely make a crank no start issue. So let's go ahead and swap that out. These things are not as easy to replace as the good old 7.3s were. The one we'll be replacing is going to be on the driver's side, right behind the power steering pump. The easiest way I found, pop this wheel off, get your inner fender out, and that'll let you get an extension straight to it. You can also take your air filter box off here and go ahead and get to it down that way. I just think it's the easiest way is just go ahead and pop a wheel, inner fender out, and then you can get to it. 5.5 millimeter. We'll do all your little bolts here. The best way I found is to pull the backside down to you, like so. You kind of ratchet it out that way. That's about the easiest way to get it out, and then it's another good old fight to get in. All right, let's see where it's at here. These are very fun to get. Let's see if I can get my hand in here. So right here is going to be our camshaft position sensor. You're going to have a little 8 millimeter bolt right here. This has got a lot of oil on that connection right there, which could also be a reason why she's shorting out too. We'll look into that as well. But we'll take that 8 millimeter out and try to slide that piece of that cam sensor out. All right, got 8 millimeter little stubby set up. See if we can get in here and get to that bolt. Usually getting on it's not too bad. It's getting the angle to break it loose without tearing up your hands. All right, I've got it loose, so I'm gonna just try to do that. Stick the socket up in here. And it's definitely a by feel game in here. You can't hardly see once you put your hand back in here. All right, there she is. Now, let's see if we can get that sensor to come out. Sometimes these sensors are in there really, 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 really good, and it can turn into a job. You kind of want to swivel it left to right if you can, and to try to break it loose. All right, so Here's that fitting, and it's got a bunch of oil in it, so we're gonna spray out some brake parts cleaner and shop air it out. I finally got this broke loose, and what you pray for next is that the whole thing comes out. That's the biggest prayer. Because sometimes the end on these will swell up and they won't come out. There we go. So we got the whole thing out. All right. All right, so there's our piece. Like I said, I've had the end swell up here and it gets stuck in there, and you have to, it'll break off right there where that O-ring is. And that is a job to get that out. So basically on this one here, I've got a pair of, these are trim pliers, and I was able to get in there with the trim pliers and just grab the side of it like so, kind of twist. Once you twist it, get the O-rings pop loose, and then just pull it straight back, and you're good to go. All right, so here's our new camshaft position sensor, Motorcraft. Part number. So I'm gonna slide this in there. All right. Just be careful with the tip. Don't drop it or anything, because it's got a magnetic tip on it. You don't want to get trash and stuff on it from. It will pick up trash and stuff and stick to the end of it. So you want to make sure you don't drop it. It's a little kind of a wiggle to get it in, because the gearbox right here wants to kind of be right perfectly pushed in the way. There we go. Get it slid back in there and popped all the way in. Get your bolt hole lined up down here. It's kind of hard to see exactly where it is. Okay, that looks like it's about right there. All right, we got that all hooked back up. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and clear the codes in this. All right, codes have been erased. So let's see what we got. There she goes. Overall, that's not a hard fix on these here. Scan it, see what you got, and then just go from there. I think that part's about 70, 80 bucks for the part from Ford dealership. And pretty much I edited this video a little bit, but that was kind of real time. Took me about 40 minutes or so probably to replace that part. So, all right, we're going to put this back together, and she'll be back on the road to the next adventure.